Happy Friday, everyone. Jen Sikowski here with your week in review. We're going to keep talking about social media. And before I get crazy into how to create a schedule, before I go off script, because y'all know how much I like to throw things in, um, I do want to pull from today. So we're talking about social media, and last week we talked about just the basics plan. And so this week is about the calendar. And I believe having a calendar, aka a plan, helps us be consistent, right? And if we plan ahead, that's why, like, here on our team, we try to be a minimum of 4 weeks out, but we are posting well beyond that because we have a plan. And to have a plan, we have to have a purpose. So before you get started, I'm going to continue to repeat this. Map out your goals. What are you trying to accomplish? What's the point? You're showing up on social. What's the point? Are you just posting to post? Because we don't like to do that. We like to have a point to every post. So identify your goals and write them down. Y'all know I like a good SMART goal. So if you don't know what that is, Google it. And then second is that as you start to post, you got to know your audience. Who are you trying to attract? Who what who are the people that you are trying to solve their problems? Because if you know them, then you know how to craft your language to get their attention, right? And even in the beginning, it's going to take time. You're going to have to be curious to see what resonates with them. So, those are the top two things that I have to we that's foundation. Next, as you're building out your calendar is going to help you be consistent. So, I would like for you to look at, if you're like, oh, man, I don't know what to post and how to post, start with a big view. All right. And look at, well, right now we're in June. So you could start now. Look around the month. I like to print out if I'm really, because on my wall, there's a calendar, and our beautiful content person here, Andrea, and I go through the month and like we pull out special days and topics. So start with that. Look at the holidays. Then look at, okay, so what am I doing in my business and what's relevant to right now? And then I look at, maybe there's launches or maybe there's topics, whatever it is. Then from that point, then we start to dial into, well, is there any day ofs that are fun on trending that we can tie into our brand? I don't like to do just a day of to just do a day of. It has to be relevant to our audience or to our brand. And so then then you start to get like some posts, right? Then we look at, so what are the type of posts that we know we want to do? What are the top categories that we want to consistently post in? So I believe it takes a mix of like about your services. So you need some sales promotions, right? You need to offer your services. It needs to have posts about you, your core values, like what makes you tick? Why are you doing this in the world? And humanize, especially if you're business to business, or you need to humanize your company. So putting in pictures of your team and acknowledging your team and like some of the fun behind the scenes, like that's important. Then there's FAQs is easy. Reviews. If somebody posts a review, then to share that review. Video testimonials. Those type are all about bringing awareness and your like a social proof, right? You're sharing that social proof. So those are just a few ways to get started. Now, if you do have a launch coming up, or you know that you have a deadline that you're going to launch that podcast, or you're going to launch that service, you're going to open the doors to this course, start to work backwards and create buzz. Whether it's have your audience help do polls, have your audience help come up, like vote on the graphics or the name, or start dropping breadcrumbs. Create that buzz for that post. Also, like, if you always have a call to action on your posts. That's something that we like, whether it's to click here, comment, go to this post, whatever it is, but have a point and a call to action to each and every post. So those are just a few. I'm probably running up on my time because I try to keep these short, but those are just a few ways just to Get started immediately when it comes to social. Of course, we are here to help you. And as you go through and you pick your platform, you don't have to be everywhere all the time. If you know your audience is on Instagram, start with Instagram. If you know your audience on Facebook, then go to Facebook. Guess what? Facebook and Instagram, you can post once and it posts to both of them. But if you really want to get into scheduling ahead, do not forget that Rainy Day Connect has social posting capabilities. And I'd love to share more about with you. So don't hesitate to reach out if you'd like to demo. I would love to talk more. So that's going to wrap up today on how to build out your social calendar and to create a plan for your content. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time, I'll see you next week.